My name is Mjenzi Traylor, formerly Richard Traylor. My parents were Joseph Henderson Traylor Sr. and Myrna Ramsey Traylor. My grandfather, Elijah Traylor, born in 1857, and his wife, Melinda Shaw Traylor, and my great-grandfather, Joseph Traylor, born in 1820, were all born in slavery. My grandfather, my father, and all his brothers and his sister were a part of the Great Migration out of Georgia to the north. To my knowledge, I am the second oldest surviving male of Traylors descended from Joseph, born in 1820. Over the past few years, our family has been trying to pull ourselves together and relate to one another as previous generations did. I believe our efforts have been moderately successful, and I trust that we will increase those efforts to show our younger members the importance of family. Recently, whenever we have been together and our discussions have touched on political subjects, I've tried to be careful not to express the full extent of my political beliefs. And I know that all of the Traylors that are not a political party, that we come from different communities all over the country, and we have varying political convictions. But now, I can't hold back my concerns. And I know from talking to some of you that is other family members, that you share these concerns. I feel I need to share mine because I am hearing more and more talk about people declaring that they are not going to vote in the upcoming election. Some are saying their votes don't count. Others are saying they preferred Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren. I believe all those reasons for not voting are politically naive. I've been voting all of my adult life, and I am 86 years old, and I have never seen a candidate or ballot issue that offers everything I wanted. The question for me has always been, is this candidate or is this issue getting me closer to what I want? Many people would call this a moderate position, not a progressive or revolutionary one. I would argue that determining whether a position is progressive should be measured by a commitment to progressive goals, since strategies for reaching those goals may change based upon what can be achieved at any given point in time. Donald Trump is in the process of destroying the limited democracy this nation has achieved over the past near 250 years. Why do I say limited democracy? Because we as Black Americans have struggled for all those years and for 150 years before the nation's birth to force this country to demonstrate its belief in the equality of all men and women through laws and policies based on democratic principles. Our people, including some of our family members, fought for and in some cases died in pursuit of these principles, or just trying to live an ordinary life. Our progressive goal for November 3rd, 2020 should be to get rid of Donald Trump – and gain control of the U.S. Senate. We will then be in a better position to strategize around all other progressive policy goals. What has Trump tried to destroy, or what is he committed to destroying if re-elected? Here are a few of my favorites, and perhaps you, family, will want to share some of yours. First, the United States has the worst record worldwide for dealing with the COVID-19 virus. What makes it the worst is not just the numbers of people infected and the numbers who have died, but also the fact that this country could have combated the virus more effectively if national policies had been put in place to deal with it. I'm not sure how many family members we have lost to the virus, but I am aware that we lost Sean L. Smith. His mother is Sherry D. Collins, and one grandfather was Ira Ernest Traylor Sr., deceased, who was my oldest nephew. I strongly believe that Sean might still be with us today if it were not for Trump's lack of a plan to combat COVID-19. I'm not saying that we could have avoided all of the 190,000 plus who have died so far, but of the many thousands who could have been saved, Sean could have been one. Are there other family members or people in our extended families or even acquaintances that we're aware of? Bob Woodward's book, Rage, and his recordings of Trump made while writing the book show that Trump knew how deadly the virus was from the beginning and chose to deceive the American public about what we were dealing with. Doing so in February or March would have led to better policies and saved lives. Past administrations developed sound plans for dealing with pandemics and were passed on to Trump, but he chose to ignore them to avoid spooking the stock market. We need a president who believes in science and values the lives of Americans more than money. So go vote. Next, all of us know of family members and friends who have benefited from Medicare, Medicaid, or Obamacare. Trump and the Republicans have worked consistently to weaken these programs. They would have destroyed Obamacare if it had not been for John McCain's vote to save it. And they are in court right now trying to destroy it through the courts since they couldn't repeal it through legislation. Many of us want Medicare for all, universal medical coverage. To get that, we need to move forward, not backwards by eliminating Obamacare. To get that, we need a new president and control of the Senate. When millions of jobs were lost because of COVID-19, many people could no longer access employer-related health programs. Thousands now see the importance of government-insured health programs. It's unfortunate that it had to happen this way, but this catastrophe has given many a clearer view of why universal health care, not connected to employers, is so important. there is now greater acceptance of the concept. So go vote. Next, my father, Joseph H. Traylor Sr., was born in 1894. He was an avid New Dealer. Now you young people, go Google that, New Deal. He supported President Franklin Roosevelt and his policies, especially Social Security. During the 50s and early 60s, he would often preach to us about what he saw as the continuing efforts of Republicans to weaken and destroy Social Security. Trump has made it clear that he is in favor of destroying it. In fact, one of his executive orders would empty the Social Security Trust Fund by 2023. There are too many of us who have paid into it and currently benefit from it for it to be eliminated. Further, the ups and downs of the stock market show that we should always have a source of government guaranteed income. It may be supplemental for some, but it is primary income for many. Keep in mind that progress is not permanent, and we must guard and protect it. So if you want the income provided by Social Security to you and your family members, get rid of Donald Trump and his Senate yes men. Then we can work together to strengthen Social Security, not destroy it. So go vote. Family, Trump has worked hard to make his point of view the only view that should be believed. He has denigrated the news media and anyone who does not agree with him. He has created a climate that finds many of our fellow citizens believing weird stories and conspiracy theories produced through obscure and sometimes foreign search engines and social media outlets. We must be careful, and we must train our youngsters to be careful about the information they access. We have to make sure that we and our children are checking information with those they love and trust. The internet is not your friend or your family. As a source of information, it must be checked. We should all have various ways of verifying the truth and soundness of information, especially if it sounds weird or out there. We can't let our voting be influenced by weirdos. Family, now we have the answer to the question Trump raised when he asked, "What do you have to lose?" The answer is our lives, our livelihoods, our communities, and our country. We're almost down to the wire, you all. Please make sure that all members of your immediate families and your extended families have planned how they are voting, by mail or in person. You know exactly when you and family members plan to vote, or at least you should. And use early voting if possible. Get your ballots and get them in as soon as you can. Share your responses to this video or to my written letter. Family members would be happy to know your thoughts about your plans to vote. Call or text me if you wish. I love you guys.